if I told you that some of the greatest athletes in sports history have been playing in front of us the whole time? But here's the thing, most people still don't know their names. For nearly 30 years, the WNBA has quietly produced some of the most electrifying, clutch, and dominant players the world has ever seen. So today, we're settling the debate once and for all. Who actually deserves the throne as the greatest WNBA player ever? Is it the ice-cold shooter who delivers when it matters most? The unstoppable force in the paint? Or someone who changed the game completely? Stick around because the answer might surprise you. Number 10. Sue Bird. Let's start with a name that screams consistency. Sue Bird spent 2 decades with the Seattle Storm, and here's what's wild. She never once stopped winning. 4 championships, 5 Olympic golds, and a record that'll probably never be broken. All-time leader in assists and games played. Now, Bird wasn't the flashiest scorer on the court, but that's what made her genius. She had this uncanny ability to see plays 3 steps ahead of everyone else. Her teammates trusted her completely, and that trust translated into pure basketball poetry. There's a reason players still talk about playing alongside Sue Bird like it was a masterclass. Number 9. Sheryl Swoopes. Before there were superstar endorsement deals and signature shoes, there was Sheryl Swoopes. She literally invented what it meant to be a WNBA superstar. When the Houston Comets won 4 straight championships from 1997 to 2000, Swoopes was the engine driving it all. 3 MVPs, 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, and she was the first woman ever to record a triple-double in the league. Think about that for a second. She did it all. Scoring, rebounding, assists, steals. She wasn't just great, she was versatile in a way that forced the entire league to evolve. Without Swoopes lighting the way in those early years, women's basketball might look completely different today. Number 8. Sylvia Fowles. Now imagine someone so dominant in the paint that opponents literally feared taking her on. That was Sylvia Fowles. She controlled the boards like she owned them. Rebounds, double-doubles, paint defense, it was all hers. 2 championships, an MVP in 2017, and she just kept getting better even as she aged. What separated Fowles from other centers was her relentlessness. She wasn't flashy, but she was unavoidable. Every possession, she was there, fighting, blocking shots, grinding. The Minnesota Lynx won because Fowles made winning a habit, and she brought that mentality every single night. Number 7. Tamika Catchings. Here's someone who redefined what complete player actually means. Tamika Catchings did something that sounds almost impossible. She finished a season ranked in the top 10 for points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Not just once, but twice. She spent her entire career with the Indiana Fever, won an MVP and a Finals MVP, and racked up 5 Defensive Player of the Year awards. But here's what really made Catchings special. She played every game like it was her last. That fire, that relentless energy, it was contagious. Teammates wanted to work harder because she worked harder. That's the mark of a true leader. Number 6. Lauren Jackson. Soccer fans might know about international crossover stars, but basketball has one too. Lauren Jackson from Australia. She came to the Seattle Storm and immediately changed what people thought was possible for international players. 3 MVPs, 2 championships, and a scoring ability that made defenders lose sleep. Jackson played through injuries that could have ended careers, yet she kept producing at an elite level. Here's the kicker. At 40 years old, she came back to help Australia win Olympic bronze. That's not just a great basketball story, that's a legacy story. Number 5. Maya Moore. Maya Moore's story takes a turn that most athlete careers don't. On the court, she was nearly unstoppable. 4 championships, an MVP, Finals MVP appearances that showed up when it mattered most. But at the absolute peak of her career, she made a choice that shocked the basketball world. She stepped away to fight for criminal justice reform. She spent years working to free Jonathan Irons, a man wrongfully convicted who later became her husband. In just 8 seasons, she won more championships than most players do in 20. But her real legacy? It's about proving that being a champion means more than winning games. Number 4. Breanna Stewart. Now we're getting into the players still writing their story. Breanna Stewart has already accomplished what some players spend entire careers chasing: 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, an MVP, and 4 NCAA titles before she even stepped foot in the WNBA. She's a scoring threat from anywhere on the court, a defensive nightmare, and a leader who actually backs it up with performances. The wild part? She's still in her prime. Breanna Stewart is the kind of player who could realistically end up at the very top of this list if she keeps this pace. She's complete, skilled, athletic, and smart in ways that are rare. Number 3. Elena Delle Donne. Elena Delle Donne did something that sounds made up. She's the only player to ever hit the 50-40-90 club: 50% field goals, 40% from 3, 90% free throws. That's not just great shooting, that's mathematical perfection. 2 MVPs and a championship with the Washington Mystics in 2019, but what made Delle Donne special was her grace on the court. She could play inside and outside, which made her virtually impossible to defend. Off the court, she's been equally impressive, advocating for mental health, playing through serious injuries, and standing up for what she believed in. Her game is intelligence wrapped in athleticism. Number 2. Lisa Leslie. Lisa Leslie wasn't just a pioneer, she was the pioneer. When the WNBA started in 1997, Leslie helped build it from the ground up. Then she went and became the first woman to ever dunk in a WNBA game, which sounds like something from a movie. 3 MVPs, 2 championships with the Los Angeles Sparks, and she dominated in ways that forced the league to take women's basketball seriously. She could score, rebound, defend, the whole package. But her real impact, she made young girls believe they could be superstars too. That's a legacy. Number 1. Diana Taurasi. And then there's Diana Taurasi, the One, the White Mamba, a nickname given to her by Kobe Bryant himself, which tells you everything you need to know about her. Over 9,000 career points, 3 championships, an MVP in 2009, and 5 Olympic gold medals. But here's what separates Taurasi from everyone else. She's the clutch gene personified. In the biggest moments, when the game hung in the balance, Taurasi just delivered. Shot after shot, moment after moment, she showed up. She's been the face of the WNBA for over a decade and shows no signs of slowing down. Taurasi didn't just play basketball, she proved that women could play it just as fiercely, just as intelligently, and just as magnificently as anyone. Here's what's incredible about these 10 women. They didn't just pad their stats and collect trophies, they transformed basketball itself. They showed the world what elite athleticism looks like when you strip away all the noise. From Lisa Leslie's historic dunk to Diana Taurasi's ice-cold clutch gene. From Sue Bird's basketball IQ to Maya Moore's courage off the court, these players didn't just leave a mark on the WNBA, they changed what's possible. And if you're just discovering these legends for the first time, you're in for a treat. Go watch their highlights, read their stories, because greatness like this deserves to be celebrated. If this video opened your eyes to what women's basketball really is, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our deeper dives into sports history. Drop a comment telling us who your WNBA GOAT is. I'm genuinely curious what you think. Thanks for watching, and remember, greatness isn't about the spotlight. Sometimes it's about what you do when nobody's looking. And these women did everything when the world finally started paying attention.